What's going on, FG fam? Today we got a brand new series that I'm excited to bring you guys, an NBA 2K MyLeague. You've seen the thumbnail, so you know what's going on. We have an expansion to bring you guys. First things first, we're going to bring the Pittsburgh Force to this expansion. They will be our rivals. And there we go, our team, the Louisville Coyotes. Now, this is the team that was expansion drafted, but we're going to do something a little bit different here in this series. As opposed to a normal expansion draft series, we are going to make some trades. We are going to pick up some draft picks. We are going to pick up a lot of old players. We are going to be dumping everything off to tank for year number 1, and we'll see if it works out. We're going to sim through the first year. Obviously, 2K basketball has not had an off season yet. They have not had a draft. A lot of people told me to wait to do this series, but if I wait to do a series any longer, I'm probably not going to end up doing a series, because now is the point where I have a scheduling opening to be able to put a different series in there and provide a little more variety for you guys. So we're going to do that now. Now, a lot of draft picks getting picked up here. I have not gone through all of them, but the fact of the matter, and really all you really need to know, is that we're trying to pick up as many picks for this year as possible. That's why I'm taking some deals that are actually worse than other deals, as Clint Capella come into the team for RJ Barrett. Why? Because the Hawks are giving us their first. So, yeah, we're going to do that deal, and then we're going to go ahead and trade Clint Capella back away for Kelly Olynyk. We get another first-round pick out of that, so we basically get 2 firsts out of RJ Barrett. And then we're going to trade Kelly Olynyk and get a next year's second-round pick as well, picking up another player. And then we are going to trade James Johnson. We're going to pick up some more draft picks. That is basically all this is about, is trying to pick up as many draft picks as we can. This is something made very, very popular in Param Crow's channel, where he would take relocations, trade away a bunch of things for draft picks, draft basically a whole new team, and go about things that way in NFL and Madden football. Well, we're going to try that here in NBA 2K. I haven't seen it done. Maybe you've seen it before. Link me a video down below if you have seen it done before. I'm actually truly very interested. But we're going to start an expansion a little bit differently than most people do. We didn't even show the expansion draft. But let's see. We're picking up all of these draft picks. Another trade gone here. Another second-round pick coming in. This one for 2025. We are just going to be stacked with an army of draft picks. Here's another 2025 draft pick. Then we get a little wild here as we're trying to get a next year unprotected first from the Raptors. This wasn't exactly something I wanted to do because it gave away this year's second. But we got a 2025 second swap, and, you know, we did get that first, which was more important to me. So, without further ado, now here we go. We're simming through the first season, like I said, hoping that we can tank, and we go 10-72. Giannis wins the MVP with 32 points a game, 16 boards. That's crazy. Dylan Windler wins the Rookie of the Year award. Tristan Thompson gets Sixth Man of the Year for the Pittsburgh Force. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Giannis. Marquise Chris gets Most Improved Player, 14 points, 10 boards. That's pretty damn good. And Rick Carlisle wins Coach of the Year, going first in his conference. Looking at the All-NBA teams, Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, Giannis, LeBron, and Jokic going for first team. Second team, Trae Young, James Harden, AD, Kawhi, and Bam Adebayo. Third team, D'Angelo Russell, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Pascal Siakam. All defensive first team. You can see that there. Paul George, Ben Simmons, Giannis, Chris Paul, Drew Holiday, Jonathan Isaac, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo on the second all-defensive team. So we'll go into the playoffs now, simulate round by round. Pittsburgh Force make the playoffs in the East, our rivals. They will be our rivals throughout this series, and it looks like they're going to pull the upset on the Chicago Bulls. So they do pull the upset. They're taking on the Brooklyn Nets now. And the Nets with the 3-0 series lead. Now 3-2, now 3-3. And Brooklyn finally takes them out after evening the series after a 3-0 lead. Now it's Brooklyn and Boston. It's Dallas and Milwaukee, as Milwaukee over there in the West because of the Force moving into the East as well as us. So they move an extra team over to the West. It's Milwaukee. So here's Mavericks and Celtics in the finals, and the Celtics win the NBA title for 2021. So that's how that one went. Jason Tatum is the finals MVP with 27 points a game. And we look at retirements now. Pau Gasol, there's a sad one. Nene, Millsap, a lot of guys I grew up watching. Greg Popovich, Tom Thibodeau, and Dwayne Casey all retiring as coaches. Now, the only rule getting approved here is that opposing teams will enter the quote-unquote bonus after 3 team fouls have been committed. So I guess they're going to do 1-and-1s now in the NBA. That's interesting. A little bit of a college rule getting adopted. So here you go. Taking a look at the alignment of the league. The Milwaukee Bucks moved in over there with the Utah Jazz and whatnot. I don't know if I like it. We might change it for next season, but we'll go through year 1 exactly as is. We go through the draft lottery. We had a pick that should have given us the 16th, the 7th, and the 2nd picks. Well, guess what? The T-Wolves lucked out as they get the number 2 pick in the draft. They screw us out of a top 10 pick. They get that pick back, so now we'll have the Timberwolves pick next year. We have the 3rd overall pick and the 16th overall pick in the first round now. We have to go through and sign some people. We do get a head scout, and we get an assistant GM. So we needed to make those moves. Now, this is a lot to trade away, but we had a lot of ammunition. So trading 5 first-round picks for the number 2 overall pick. I did this kind of out of spite, but I also had a certain number of guys I wanted to bring in. And Clark Wingate is the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. Clark Wingate, hell of a player. Jacob Cotton's a guy we're looking at. Scouts say he has 96 three-point shooting. That is a guy I want to bring in. If the guy can hit from deep that often, I want him. He's also got 93 speed and A potential. Jacob Cotton, baby, out of Pittsburgh. And it will really hurt the Pittsburgh Force to know that this man came out of Pittsburgh. With our 3rd overall pick, Stanley Fields is a guy I'm looking at, as he looks like he could definitely do some damage. 99 stamina, the guy could be out there forever. He's got A- potential out of Ohio State. So Stanley Fields is the pick there. We're going to continue to look at some of this first round. Travis Wallace going to go to the Wizards. Then the Knicks take Chester Madison out of Wyoming. Chester Madison, one of the best three-point shooters, supposedly. But now we come up next, and Daryl Thorpe at pick number 16 is our selection. A center who can shoot is definitely somebody I want to bring in. He also had 30 bench reps, which is pretty freaking big. He had like the most bench reps of anybody. The Bulls made a trade with the Thunder, sending the Thunder a pick for Daniel Gafford and a first-round pick. So, interesting little trade they had going on. Claude Woods looks like a guy who can really hit mid-range and deep 3 balls, so I wanted to bring in Claude Woods for shooting guard. We'll see what we can get out of him. Monty Law, another pick later on in this draft, as this is earlier in the 2nd round now. So we'll bring in Monty Law out of Virginia as we are all meeting this team together. Alonzo Bush was the next pick, and he's coming out of UCLA, a point guard who'd be our backup point guard. Percy Barber at small forward would probably be our starting small forward. At shooting guard, who'd be our backup, O.J. Oliver out of Delta State. He'd be our backup right now, as this team had absolutely no players on it going into this draft, just so y'all know. Eric Mitchell out of Miami, Florida would be our next selection. He would be our backup center at this point in time, so we'll see what he can end up bringing to the table. along with Vladimir Sankovic. Now, he does not have any time over in the overseas side of things, so he will be playing right away. Barry Wesley out of Kansas is another guy we wanted to bring in, and he looks like he could really be a good backup power forward. Lazaro Santiago, I only brought him in because of his last name. Those who don't know, if you know, you know. But he's coming out of Mexico. Gustavo Ramirez is coming out of Argentina. Want to bring him in as well. Another small forward, as we were trying to just draft as many guys as we could and get a hell of a starting thing going. So Cotton, actual overall 76. Fields is a 79. We will look to see at 16, we get Thorpe. He's a 75. That's not a bad starting center. I will take that. He can definitely grow from there. And now we have to look at our second round selections as, nope, I don't want to go backwards. Here we go. Woods, 72. Law is a 72. 69 for Bush. 74 for Barber. I think that's a very understated pick. 71. 72, 72. So we got a lot of good picks. 67 for Santiago and a 70 for Ramirez pretty late in the draft. Now, there are a lot of very good free agents out here. I don't plan on going after any of them, obviously. I want to start this like it's some kind of pure rookie expansion, and we're renouncing the rights to everybody that we have traded away because we are not going to be bringing them back in. Obviously, we have our team. It is all made-up players except Giannis. No, I'm just kidding. We did not get Giannis. He went to the Lakers, and... Don't worry. Yeah, he went to the Lakers. We have been eliminated from the Summer League in the first round, so that kind of sucks. As we continue to go through the Summer League, the Spurs would win. They had the number 1 overall pick. Let's see how he did. The number 1 overall pick, Clark Wingate, 18.7 boards. Not bad. Pittsburgh will get to host the All-Star game this season. And this is where you guys come in. I'm going to be auto-generating rookies for now, but I want you guys to go ahead in the comments section below. If you want to be involved in the next draft class, follow the template in the description to be involved. Definitely go down there, leave your comment, and make your player. Cotton. He already has a +3 points, so I think Fields is the guy we might want to work on. I want to work on his perimeter shooting. I want to have 2 guys that are deadly from the outside, passing back and forth. Mid-range goes up 2, 3-point goes up a couple as well. Now it's all about those undrafted free agents. Sidney Goodwin is a guy that we are looking at for point guard out of Marquette, so we will bring him in for a very nice team-friendly deal. Jimmy Bishop is a 70 overall, and we're going to bring him in as well out of Missouri. So Jimmy Bishop, the small forward. And we get Clint Terrell out of Loyola Marymount. Now, this is a guy I'm very, very interested in, so we actually gave him a 3-year deal because I'm very interested in him. We'll see if he can do something. That is going to cause us to release to free agency Lazaro Santiago. No, my namesake, he's gone. But that leaves us with a team. You have now met that team. You will see that team in action in the opener at home against the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are a new look New York Knicks, as they now have Fred VanVleet, Kevin Knox, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson still there. They have Bol now. So definitely some players to watch out for on that Knick team. They could be a little bit better than they have been in the past. Here is what our rotation is looking like to start the season. Cotton, Woods, Fields, Wesley, and Thorpe will be the starters. Barber, Mitchell, Sankovic, Oliver, and Law will also get some playing time. For now, Terrell, Bishop, and Bush will ride Pine. We'll see what ends up happening. Let me know what you think of this team and how I set it up. And if you're excited to actually see them in action, let me know in the comment section below. There is merch for this team. I paid for the logo. It is exclusive to me. You may buy the merch. There is a link below in the description if you would like to buy that as well. Let me know if you pick up some gear. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. For the love of franchise content, it's all we do here. We can build a winner together, and if you want to see more franchise, click right here to see some more franchise.
feel to break some habits.